Welcome back to another awesome episode of The Careful Boys, and today we have our amazing hot seat with the wonderful Jaspreet in the chair, y'all.
Yeah. Let's go again, Brad.
Welcome to the throne, bro.
I appreciate it. Does this level work?
I gotta come down this level.
I don't know what it does.
It's Excalibur. A worthy person can pull it out and then run the kingdom of JK. Yeah, I've been hoping for somebody to take that out ever since. All right, so we're in hot seat. So obviously we like to put our, our special guests in. I don't think it's gonna work.
I'm gonna get it out.
No,
It will come out probably.
we like to put our, friends in the hot seat so we can ask some burning questions. But we also like to warm up into it. Start super cold.
All right.
So the master of chill, Mr. Freeze himself, Bart Kwan, with the coldest questions in the game. Start it off, brother.
In the traditional spectrum of a Roy G. Biv rainbow, which one's your favorite color?
You know, it's funny you say that because my wife used to always ask me what's my favorite color, and I don't have a favorite color. I love all colors, man. I think the only color I
Minority
don't really like,
mindset, y'all.
Yeah.
Very good answer.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm gonna end it right there.
No. Keep going.
No, that's good. I like all colors. I think I just don't like black too much. I like black cars. I like.
You like orange?
Orange is a nice color, man. I used to
Orange is
love
the new
orange.
black.
What would you wear orange with? Or what would you use? What was your favorite color with orange?
Orange and black look so nice together.
Like a tiger?
Tigers are awesome.
It's more orange dominant though,
That's
with black stripes.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about the real shit here.
That's true.
Any other color?
You satisfied with that answer?
He goes, all right, that's it, guys. Let's turn the cameras off.
You grew up in Michigan, right? When did you come out here to California?
On Monday.
Oh, so you don't live here.
He still lives there.
I thought no, because I overheard like you were living in.
I lived in San Diego for 2 months, and then I moved back. I was just there for 2 months, moved back, and then came out to LA this week.
How many LLCs have you formally filed?
Oh my God. At least 10. Wow. Maybe probably a dozen.
Probably doesn't. And how many do you still right now actually manage?
Probably 10
Let's
or a
go.
dozen.
What industry haven't you got into yet?
Well, I think the one, we'll talk like this. So the one that I've had a lot of offers is the marijuana industry, but I have not gone in it. I don't do anything that I don't personally believe in. I don't do drugs.
You don't think people get high off of it?
Do I think people get high from marijuana?
Yeah, you don't believe that people are getting high? They're just faking it?
You don't believe it's profitable?
I think it's very profitable. I know people make a lot of money in it, but I've not done anything in that industry.
I heard people get high off of it.
Yeah,
It's a big thing.
It's hearsay, really.
It's hearsay, yeah.
it's cool. Like I got nothing against people who do it. It is what it is. I just don't do it myself. You know what I mean?
Well, then, which industry are you potentially curious about that you have not broached yet?
Which one's like tempting?
I don't know. I love the makeup business. Not for myself, but because my wife took me to a
big
makeup store,
business.
right? And I was looking at these prices. And I was like, wow, like these can't cost that much. And I saw this thing called beauty water, $34. And I looked at the ingredients. It's just water.
But it makes you beautiful, though, too.
And they put like a little bit of like rose, whatever in there. I was like, there's no way this costs more than like 60 cents to make. Signed up for $34, and I was like, oh.
So you bought 10.
Well, that's why Jeffree Star's like a 9-figure dude. Dude, yeah. 9-figure. Like, I don't even think it was like during YouTube or it was like before. I don't know, but
All
makeup
cosmetic
clay.
It's always been a huge market, huge industry.
Yeah, it's kind of sad at the same time, man, because like it's cool, like there's a lot of money, which is fun to talk about, but then it's like, man, it's like people. I hate the idea of like, oh, I need to look a certain way in order to be accepted.
You have to market the insecurity.
That's what I don't like about it.
You know, I totally agree with that until I started learning, especially like even my girl, like when she started watching drag and stuff like that, I would always be like, I don't get this. And then I had to start flipping my understanding of even things like makeup. Not saying it doesn't prey on insecurity or needing to like look a certain way, but there's also a community of people that see the art in
Yeah, that I love.
You see that's the art on the face.
Yeah,
If
and
you
I think
enjoy
that's
doing
phenomenal.
it, I think it honestly goes on to everything. I think everybody just needs that basic level of confidence, which we don't teach in school. The basic level of mental health awareness, so we can have some sort of confidence. So you can look, if you like makeup, do it. If you enjoy it, but don't. It's just unfortunate when you see, because there are people that are like, oh, I wish I looked like this so I could be happy, so I could be loved, so I could be liked. but it's that basic level of confidence, right? If I had my own self-esteem, my own confidence, then it doesn't matter what you do, right? And that's one of the things I just don't like is that type of advertising.
See, you are a very successful and confident man, so I have to ask you this slightly warmer question.
Yeah.
What are you insecure about?
Ooh. What am I insecure about? See, I don't think I've ever really been insecure about a lot of things. Let me think about that.
Like, what's another word for nothing?
He goes, well, I'm perfect.
So I used to be insecure, like, I'll talk about you, because I know if we go back to like high school, I used to be insecure about like money, which is why when I used to make money, it was spent on dumb things. Like as soon as
What's the dumbest thing you ever spent on?
So when I first made $1,000, I bought like this studded out crystal watch. It's worth crap now, right? And it was $1,000, which is like a lot of money. And I was in high school when I bought this. But then I had this nice Toyota I was driving, and I still drive. I still have it. As soon as I got some money, I put on some tints. Then I put on some HID lights. Then I put on
You have to.
The two 12-inch subwoofers. I upgraded the sound system. I mean, I changed the rims. I mean, I did everything to the car, and so I was spending dumb money on that car, right? And so I used to spend a lot of money on things like that, and I think it was because of insecurity, right? It's like, oh, I want to look cool. I want to give this certain persona. But then as I started to become more successful, I was like, dude, that was so dumb. Like, I want to do the complete opposite. Like, even to today, my car is worth $500 in Michigan. Last week, 1 week or 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the HOA, the homeowner association from our neighborhood. They said, and I was in California, right? And they were like, hey, so we've had a number of complaints about a junk car sitting in your driveway. It should be in storage. And I was like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, there's no bumper on it. And people are complaining that it's, and I was like, well, actually, that's my car. That's what I drive to work every day. So
Dang.
Some people don't mind their own business, you know?
and
You're
so,
like a Warren Buffett.
no, honestly, for me, if I did it, I do this because I wanted to break away, because I wanted to know for a fact that like I don't need this to show it, because like when fans see me and I'm in this car, they're like, wait, what? And for me, I just want to break through. I will buy a nice car. I want it, you know, I'm just trying to figure out the right time. But for me, it's like, it's to break through these insecurities, because dude, some things do get like, you know, you're like, oh, you know, I made this much money, I want to look a certain way, I want to have this nice thing. But I try to play these kind of games with myself where I'm like, let me see, right? And I try to do that. And same with like social media. Like I got off of my personal like I did not go on social media for a long time because it did give me anxiety. Like I saw like these 22-year-olds driving these nice cars. And I was like, dang, dude, like he's killing the game. And I see all these things going on, and I was like, it's giving me a lot of anxiety. And just with things from all aspects of life, dang, this guy's really jacked. Like, oh my God, they look such a happy couple like this. You ignore life, and you think that life is this perfect highlight reel. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get away. And I felt so free, and now, you know, so
how did you manage your business without social
I
media?
have people to manage my social media. Like, I don't post on Instagram.
So like an assistant is posting pictures on your Instagram and all that stuff?
Yeah. Now I recently started going back on my Instagram. Like, you messaged me, I responded. But if it was like 6 months ago or a year, I
We caught him at a good time.
I wouldn't even known. I just didn't go on because I did not want to touch my social media, and I don't touch it as much as I like. I don't go on social media that often.
So you said you have a wife. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's your favorite and most annoying quality about her?
Jeez.
That's a good one. Favorite and most annoying. I would say probably that she's a perfectionist, because I'm not.
That's annoying, huh?
It can be, yeah, because you know I'm the type of person where just do it, right? Just figure it out. Yeah. She's very into the details, which I love about her because she's so artistic. She sees the world very differently. She's super into like if she came in here, she would remodel the whole thing and make it look.
We need it too.
Can't you come?
And if it was me, I'm just like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
And so
It's like if it was me, you do need a remodel.
Just tear it down, start fresh.
So, you know, it can be like sometimes if we want to do things, like let's just say we want to, I don't know, plan a dinner and she wants to like do the decorations. I'm just like, just do a dinner. We'll order some pizza, we'll be all right, you know. And she's like, no, we got to have this and that. So on one hand, I love it. And then sometimes like, I'm like, okay, let's just get it done. But I love, you know, I love that creative part of her. It's not something that I'm used to. And you need that balance in your life, I feel like, because like even like in business, like I try to hire people that are like, think differently than me, and we butt heads. Yeah. Because like, you know, I'm not a very systems or process oriented person, And so I brought somebody on who's extremely systems and process oriented, and we don't always get along because of that. Like, we always have different opinions, but that's how we come up with better ideas to get things bigger, because I'll come up with the creative and he's going to come up with a way to scale that idea, right? So you need both.
How long have you been married for?
We got married 1 year ago this Saturday.
Wow.
Thank you.
Let's hope you make it to Saturday. Huh?
I hope so, man. I hope so. I don't know.
Anything can happen, yeah.
This
You guys work together?
we do. She's a business partner with me in Minority Mindset, which is now you talk about tax questions, right? So now we lived in San Diego, and just like this is one of those things where you wish you learned. So I lived in San Diego on a business trip because I was meeting a lot of people, doing a lot of work here with my business partner, working. So this Airbnb now can become a tax write-off. Our car is a tax write-off. Yeah, we have to explore San Diego, do all of this and that, but we're living in a beautiful area, doing business, but I get to do that with my wife. So it's like a different way of understanding the system, yeah.
What was it like when you told your parents that you no longer wanted to be a doctor? And then after that, what was it like when you told them you no longer wanted to do law?
When I told them I didn't want to be a doctor, so I talked about those DJ friends of mine, and they were very close to me, and I think I spent a lot of time in their basement sleeping there. So I just didn't go home a lot. It was tough. It was very hard.
They kicked you out?
No, they didn't kick me out, but they were, every time I came home it was the same thing. Do something good, become a doctor, just rethink it. You can do all this entrepreneurship stuff, investing stuff after you're a doctor. Don't worry about going to the gym. You can be healthy when you're a doctor. And that's the things that I was, just...
So it was a lot of like trying to convince you back into the world, yeah.
I knew I wanted something else, but I wasn't confident because I don't have anything to show. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to become, right? So once you can kind of have something to show, it's much easier, which is why I try to just keep my mouth shut as much as I can until I have something to prove for it.
So you weren't the dumb guy that kept arguing and saying, I just don't want to fucking do it. You're just like, okay. And then you waited till you had something that was working, and then you said, bam, check this out.
Because I wanted to make my parents happy, man. Like you all know, your parents come here with nothing, they work their butt off. I want to give back, I want to take care of them, I want to make them happy. Like, that's what I wanted to do. And so it's like, dang, like I know how bad they want me to have this degree. I tried to actually drop out of college, but they didn't agree to that. So I kind of started off with something extreme. I was like, I'm gonna drop out of college. So then
you anchored it.
I anchored it. I'm gonna not go to medical school. So I kind of warmed them up that way. And then I was like, I don't want to finish.
That's a good way to do it.
That's a negotiation
Yeah,
tactic right there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is there any businesses that you started that are focused on your culture, like bettering something aspect of your specific culture?
Like making Indian food less spicy?
That's a good business.
We gotta improve that stuff, man.
I don't have any. So I try to bring awareness to my culture. But it's tough because even like when I thought of a business ideas, I was like, what if I like cater to people within my culture, whether the Sikh community, which is the religion that I am, the Punjabi community. But the issue is like, I don't want to just like only cater to my own people, because I was like, I'm just taking money from them. I don't want to do that. So for me, like the Punjabi community, the Sikh community are very close to me. So I always try to talk about it. Like, look, people are seeing somebody who looks like me. They're hearing somebody talking to me. You learned about the state in India called Punjab. You learned about what a Sikh looks like. How do you say the word Sikh? Because a lot of people say Sikh.
I used to say Sikh. I didn't know it was Sikh.
Yeah,
That's sick.
Yeah, so it's the right way to say it is Sikh. So indirectly, I try to bring awareness to. I try to talk about some of the struggles that the Punjabi community has gone through, the Sikh community has gone through. So not directly, but indirectly. I don't own any Indian restaurants either. Unfortunately.
He wants in.
I know,
You're mad about that?
Every Indian person I know, they either have a connection to an Indian restaurant or a grocery store, and I'm like, you don't. Oh man, the hookup's not there, bro. The thing I like about your videos though is that it doesn't matter what race or ethnicity, because it's just, I mean, you represent as a Sikh because of just appearance.
Sick.
The Sikh.
Oh my man.
But then, but the video content, like, it's just about saving finance, basic or economics or whatever, And then so you don't really have to be a certain culture to consume it.
Yeah, and the whole idea behind minority mindset has nothing to do with the way you look, your ethnicity, skin color, it's the mindset of thinking differently. And what's funny is that incites a lot of racist and nasty people to come in and say, "Oh, you're not a minority," or "I'm not. Can I watch this if I'm not a minority?" And it's like, if you're thinking that already,
That's me in the comments. I see a white guy go, "You can't, we don't belong here."
Yeah. Get out of here.
Stupid.
So dumb.
What do you identify as?
So and you know, it's like, you know, if you're gonna already come in and be racist, like, it's probably not for you. And it's like a filter. You pick your own audience that way. So, but you know, it's one of those things where if you want to learn, you can learn. And if you don't like the way I sound, the way I look, that's fine. It's a free country. So, you know, YouTube is free. Go click the X button, watch somebody else. It doesn't really matter to me.
Have you ever been bullied growing up as a kid?
A lot, man.
What was like one of the worst times?
Worst was right after 9/11, because I was about 10 years old, and you know, there's.
Oh, you're 10?
I was 10.
Yeah.
And obviously there was a lot of misconception about what's going on. People wore turbans and this and that, and no one knew what a Sikh was, and it was a tough time. And I went to a school with all white kids, and so I was bullied, picked on a lot. Like I had my books thrown on the ground, I was punched, I was spit on, I had people that ripped off my turban. Like it was a pretty rough time. Like it was tough. But I think, you know, it was one of those things that either it made you tougher or it really broke you. And I was very fortunate that it made me tougher. So, I think that helped me kind of do everything now where, you know, I don't really care if I get criticized, because I was criticized my whole life, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is.
Heck yeah.
What's the meaning behind the turban? Like you're not supposed to expose your head to like the sky, or?
Yeah, so there's a number of different meanings. So the turban is actually a crown. And so when the Sikh religion was created, there was a lot of conflict between different religions, Hindus, Muslims in India. And so the uniform is almost like a police uniform, where if you needed help, you can go to a Sikh. That a Sikh will be there to help protect you. They'll be there to help take care of you. No matter what your religion is, no matter what your gender is, there's no differentiation of caste, creed. Like your income doesn't matter. That if you need help, you can always find a Sikh, and it's a very easy to identify.
So it's like a religious police force or neighborhood watch group?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of think about it. That's not
Like UN?
Yeah.
I heard people say that Sikhs are like the warrior class. Is
Yeah,
that
the
true?
warrior class, yeah.
That's pretty baller.
So,
That's pretty tight.
So Sikhs are Blue Lives Matter too?
So Sikhs,
Like more.
so Sikhs believe in duality. That's the big thing in it, and what that means is there's two aspects you have to master: the spiritual aspect and the soldier aspect. And so you're supposed to be spiritual, meaning understand humility, understand God, understand what it means to be humble, kind of have that spiritual side. But then the soldier side is you're supposed to be tough. You're not supposed to be weak as a Sikh. You're not supposed to be fat as a Sikh. You're not supposed to be eating crap all day. You're not supposed to not work. You're supposed to be healthy. That way you can take care of others. You're supposed to know how to fight and how to defend yourself. Like there's a martial arts within the Sikh religion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Gatka, which is a type of art fighting form that, you know, many people are taught as from young ages. That way, just basics of defense to help other people. So you're supposed to know how to defend yourself, because not just for yourself, but to defend others. The Sikh religion at its core is to help other people who can't help themselves. And so you want to be able to help them, whether it's financially and even from if there's distress, that you would be there to help.
Wow. So you have like a religious obligation almost if someone is like getting hurt, beat, or whatever, to kind of intervene and help.
You are supposed to help those who can't help themselves.
So let's say like you're like financially well off, and then let's say we all like lost a bunch of money in crypto, and then we're like, yo, we need help.
Yeah, let's make a video. Let's ask your audience for some help, man.
If we could turn off the camera. If more like if you could just hook us up with some bills.
Yeah, just like write a giant check or something, you know.
Yeah, I'll give you my Bitcoin address.
I lost 1.5 million on Luna.
He's so happy when he says
It's so funny.
What financial advice would you give him?
You should hear about my investments and business dealings. It's fun.
The majority mindset.
Yeah.
No, that's called I should have a channel called a degenerate mindset.
That was a good lesson, though. You learned.
It's my second time losing that much. It's the second time learning.
Third time's a charm, right? Third time's a charm, guys.